From top hits like Raabta to Kafirana.
This song just kind of just happened. Bacha, he messaged me, he said that, we need to do another track together, and he just randomly sent me the song.
She's the voice behind Bollywood chart toppers.
It was awesome. I think the video is killer, and I'm so happy to be part of it.
NewsX proudly presents Nikhita Gandhi for excellence in entertainment.
Hello, welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on a brand new episode of NewsX India A-list. We are in conversation today with well-known singer Nikhita Gandhi. Nikhita, welcome to NewsX. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Let me begin by talking to you about your recent releases, both of which are really killing it. For, of course, Kangana Ranaut in Dhaakad, and also Modern Love Mumbai, a series that's getting a lot of love and a lot of praise. So let's start out by talking a bit about Dhaakad. Is it the first time you're singing for Kangana in a film? And how was the experience? And how was the response to the songs?
It is the first time I'm singing for her, and I've been a fan of her work, her acting since Queen, especially. And this song just kind of just happened. Bacha, he messaged me, he said that, we need to do another track together, and he just randomly sent me the song. And then his team called me and he's like, by the way, you're singing for Kangana, for Dhaakad. And it just kind of like fell into place. And it was awesome. I think the video is killer, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Okay. Also, Modern Love Mumbai, again, singing for an OTT platform, firstly. How was that? A web series, and also, a short film anthology, and also, for a love track, for a very soothing and very, interesting track, of course, for this, for these anthology of love stories. How was that?
Firstly, I think I want to say that I'm really happy that Amazon Prime is promoting the music. I think a lot of great music gets lost on OTT, because we're in the transition period where people, there's more OTT happening, but the music is kind of in a confused space because it's not reaching the streaming platforms and people. And there's so much good music that has come through OTT, but it's not really got its true due, in terms of just the audience being able to consume that music. And I think it's great that they're promoting the show through the music, and they've made videos for each song with us and with the montages of the show. And I think that's one of the reasons I love being a part of this. And the second reason is, of course, Ram Sampath. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his music, and I'm so glad that I finally, got to tick that from my bucket list, because I think one of the songs, the Katte was a song that I was obsessed with. Yeah. From Coke Studio or MTV Unplugged, one of the two. And I loved it so much that I used to sing it. I mean, I still do sing it in some of my shows. Yeah. So even though it's a non-film record. And so I'm a big fan of his, and so happy that I got to share a song with him. And the song is lovely. When I reached Calcutta, I'm in Calcutta today, and starting my India tour.
Yes.
And when I landed, and the FM was playing in the car, and Raat Rani started playing. And my mom was like, yeah, they play it every day, like 3-4 times at least. So I'm so happy that the music is reaching the audience.
Okay. Would you like to sing a line or two from either Raat Rani or Dhaakad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. दिल पे ना कर्फ्यू है मेरे ख्वाबों के ना बंदिशे रात की पाबंदियों को तोड़ के मैं खिल गई मैं रात रानी मैं रात रानी मैं रात रानी की कली मैं रात रानी मैं रात रानी मैं रात रानी मैं रात रानी की कली मैं रात रानी
Fantastic. Thank you for that. But coming to your India tour now, as you're saying, you've landed already in Kolkata for it.
Yes.
It's all set to begin. So how's the feeling? Going on an India tour once again after this very turbulent time that we've had.
India.
Oh wow! Fantastic.
I've done shows, of course, but this is the first tour
and
that
what timing? What timing? Just as the new normal is starting again, just as things are have opened up and going back to normal again. So how's the feeling like, and also starting it out from a city which is obviously very close to your heart?
Yes, I love how it's sort of the journey of my tour is also kind of synonymous with my life, because it starts from Kolkata, where I'm from, where I've been born and raised, and then I'm going to a couple of cities. Then the second last one is in Chennai, which is where I spent my college time and where I started my music career,
Okay.
and ends with Bombay, which is where I live now. So I think it's very in tune with my life's journey, and I'm so happy that my first tour is and I have a lot of unique music to offer. I'm trying my best to just do my music.
Okay.
I know that can be tricky because you need to keep people entertained and need to have like bangers, but thankfully a lot of my songs are bangers. So I'm excited. I think like 80 to 90% of my set is just my music.
Fantastic.
So just so happy to bring that vision.
Yeah, no, amazing that you've managed that kind of discography already in your career, and I'm sure there are a lot of songs left for you to give us and offer us. But just talking about now these last 2 years, Nikita, how has it been for you? Very, very difficult time, very turbulent time, a time when suddenly everyone was at home for very, very long periods during these
Right.
lockdowns that we've seen. But for you, it's been productive as well, because we've seen over the last couple of years you've had quite a few releases. So obviously you've been active and it's been professionally all right for you, would you say?
Well, financially, I mean, I don't want to talk. I think everyone's been financially hit, but I think creatively, it was a beautiful time for me. I think I tried to stay as positive as possible and vent through my music, through my art, through just different canvases, whatever I could, lay my hands on and thoughts on. So I think as an artist, it was a very therapeutic time, because I think it was important to spend that time in that way instead of dwelling over what's going to happen next, because I think we all were thinking that at the back of our minds, but there's only one way to move forward, and that's just to focus on the things you can do and things that are in your control. So my music was in my control. So I released a lot of music. A lot of big songs also released somehow during the course of the pandemic, be it Burj Khalifa or Naach Meri Rani. So I'm very grateful that I had access to music while I was locked at home in Bombay. So I think the music really got me through. And I think it was the same for my audience as well.
Yeah. And as we talk about this new normal, what are some changes that you've probably imbibed in your personality going ahead from these 2 years? And also, has the music industry changed, you believe, in a certain way going ahead after these 2 years, from some of the learnings?
The music industry has changed as we started this conversation with OTT. I think a lot has drifted towards OTT, and I think we are now reaching like an equilibrium where the music industry is sort of independent of the film industry or getting there, which I think is a great change in our film diaspora, because it's important that artists have their own individual voice as opposed to just being the voice of somebody.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, a beautiful journey that our industry is going through. And that is a significant change that we have seen. And it's given a platform to a lot of new artists who would not have had this platform otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. And also, just talking now before we end about your career graph. So these days, of course, we've been seeing the IPL on television and, of course, live as well, as it's been happening. Interestingly, the last couple of matches were in Kolkata itself, the qualifiers and eliminator. But after every match, there's an award given called Game Changer of the Match. Someone who's come and changed the course of the match for his or her team.
Right.
So for you, which has been a song or track that has been game changing for you? One, I can ask you to name one or two.
I think every song has its own significance in my journey, but just to specifically answer your question, the game changer, I think, hands down, was Jugnu. It blew up, and how, and I think it also empowered non-film music, because it didn't have any film attached to it. So I think, and it also had a different sound. It wasn't a typical Badshah song also. So I think it was a game changer for him, for the industry, for me. And I am so happy I got to be, I think it was a game changer in general. Yeah. And so I'm so excited to be part of an industry game changer, as opposed to just a game changer for myself.
No
so
doubt.
yeah, Jugnu, hands down.
and you've had many game-changing tracks. As you're saying, each song has its own shelf life and of course its own impact. So I would like you to sign off by singing perhaps one of the big game-changing tracks for our viewers as well.
Right. बादल भी दिखते मुझको दिल की शिप में, हैप्पीनेस रहने लगी मेरी जेब में, हारने में है मजा ये वो गेम है, हालत जो है तेरी मेरी भी सेम है, तेरी बातों में दिल खोश आ गया, मेरी रातों में दिल होश आ गया, प्यार कहते जिसको फाइनली वो होश आ गया, finally. I'm gonna leave it there because I think finally is a great cliffhanger.
Absolutely. But finally, your fans are going to be seeing you live in action at your India tour. So all the very best for that, Nikhita. And as you said, these are bangers. So I'm sure they're going to have a great time listening and dancing to these songs as well. So thank you so much, and all the very best going ahead.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.